Hello and welcome to my V-Day craft video. I just thought I'd show my face before we go into this video because it's just my hands, so hello. I'm just going to keep this intro short and sweet. This video is all about scrappy crafts, so using materials that you most likely have at home, whether that's some old clothing, leftover yarn or an old book. So it's budget friendly, which I know we all love. But happy DIYing. Make sure to tag me if you recreate any of these projects on social media. So first we're starting with the sewing project. We're making this adorable heart garland. I've made a simple one and also a patchwork version, and I'll show you how to make both of them. So you will need some scissors, your heart template, some thread and a needle. You can do this on a sewing machine or you can do it by hand. And then you'll need your fabric. So I've got scrap fabric and some old clothes that I want to use to make these hearts. So starting with your choice of fabric, I'm just trying to find the perfect spot. You're gonna take your heart template. So I've just used a bit of card to make this. You can make this in any size. And then you're gonna cut round your template. I'll put the measurements of my heart template in the description, but when you are creating your template, make sure to account for your seam allowance, otherwise your heart will be tiny. So yeah, make sure it's big enough. So yeah, I'm cutting out the back fabric, so I've just got this calico, and I was able to draw on this because the pen will show up better, so that makes it easier. So yeah, I'm just cutting out 2 hearts, the exact same size. And then I just place one on top of each other, and then I'm just pinning it down so it doesn't move when I'm sewing it. And when you sew, so if you're sewing on a machine or by hand, you want to make sure that you leave a gap about 1 inch or 2 when you're sewing, because this means that you can put the heart the right way around. And also I would recommend doing little snips around the edge. Make sure you don't cut your thread, and this just makes it easier to neaten those edges when you do pull it out, like you can see here. And then for my stuffing, because we're really going scrappy with this project, I cut up an old top and I just put a bunch of that inside. The texture of this is a bit odd because it's a bit bumpy, but like it's for a garland, so you're not like touching it, you're just looking at how pretty it is. And then you want to sew up your little gap. So I just folded it in so it looked like the rest of it. And then you're going to use an invisible stitch. So I will link a tutorial below. But you'll see me do it in a bit, but yeah, check out the tutorial if you need a bit more instructions. And you're just going to tie everything off and snip the thread, and then you'll have your cute little heart. And you could make just one of these, doesn't even have to be for a garland. You could make a lavender bag, which would be really cute. Anyway, on to the patchwork version. So I've got my scrap fabric. So I've got 2 colours or patterns, and I'm just cutting them in half. So I've got 4 pieces all together. And then you're going to swap them round. So you're going to have, I have the flowery pattern at the bottom with the denim, and then the denim with the flowery pattern on top. And then you're going to put denim right side facing to the flower, and then the pattern right side facing to the denim. So obviously do this with your colours or patterns. Yeah, and then I've just sewn down that left hand side, so I'm going to do that for both of them. And then you're going to put those right sides facing each other and then sew along the bottom. Try and make it a straight line. I've cut this very wonkily, so it was a bit of a struggle for me. But yeah, and make sure those lines in the middle are lined up together. But there you go, your lovely little patchwork pattern. And then I'm going to place my heart template on the top. I should have placed this lower down, just because the intersection, I accidentally put it too low on the heart, so just make sure you know what it will sort of look like when it comes out. And then I'm just cutting that heart out. Yeah, you can see like the cross. I feel like it would be better if it was higher up. Anyway, it's fine. So I'm just making another heart out of calico for the back. I've just done the back in this like plain fabric because you're not going to see it. So yeah, you can just do that or whatever you want. I'm going to cut it out, and then this process is the same as the first heart. We're going to put those two pieces together, sew them together. Leave that gap, cut your little snips, pull the heart the right way around. Yeah, this bit's a bit repetitive. You've seen all this, so I'm just gonna speed it all up and add some music. So once you've made your little collection, you can make as many or as little as you want. I just got some yarn and a darning needle, and I just sort of estimated the length I wanted. And then I literally just like stabbed it in the side. Doesn't sound very nice. But yeah, you might need to force it through. And so I just put this yarn through all of the hearts to make the garland. Then I just secured a knot at the end just so it didn't slip off. On to the next project is our scrap yarn wreath, pom-pom wreath. So I've got my giant box of scrap yarn. I'm aware not everyone has a giant box of scrap yarn like this, so you can obviously buy some yarn. So I'm just picking out my sort of Valentines colours, pinks, reds, whites, and I think I threw in some other colours just to make it fun. So I'm using a pom-pom maker. Which is obviously a lot easier, but you can make this out of cardboard. So I will share a tutorial in the description, but I'm just following the instructions of the pom-pom maker here. So yeah, you just wind it round and round, and yeah, snip it all off and get your pom-pom. And there's your pom-pom. He was a bit scruffy, so I gave him a little trim. But yeah, now I'm just making loads of pom-poms for my wreath. And then next you're gonna bend your wire into a heart, unless you've already got like a heart shape from a craft shop. But this was an old bit of wire that my boyfriend had lying around. Alternatively, you could use a wire coat hanger. I'm pretty sure you could like bend and cut that into a heart shape. So yeah, I've made it into a heart, and then off screen I snipped the end, and then probably not the strongest glue. I would probably recommend using super glue, not a glue gun, but you know, the heart is still intact, so it's fine. Now the fun bit, to glue all your pom-poms on. So you can see to the right a bit, I actually just laid it out on the table to see how it would look and how many I need. Yeah, I started with this method by putting them on top, but you'll see in a minute that I actually flipped it around because it was a lot easier. So yeah, just glue the rest of your pom-poms on. And then I just gave it a little trim because it was still a bit spiky. Then if you're going to hang it up like I am, I just added some yarn around so I could hang it on a hook, but feel free to do what you want. Now we're on to the last project. This is a heart paper chain. For this project you will need an old book or coloured card, a stapler and some scissors. So you're going to start tearing the pages out of the book, and then you'll need to cut your paper into strips. My strips were about 1 centimetre wide. So this is literally the easiest thing. You're just going to fold your paper in half and then loop it through your previous heart. Pinch those bits together, and then I just made it so I could staple it, and then there is your heart. Literally the easiest thing. And now you can grow your chain as long or as short as you like.